You spend hundreds of hours in gacha game, maybe thousands. And I want to ask you something honest. When was the last time you actually had fun? Not the pull, not the numbers going up, not a new character animation. When was the last time you sit back and think, yeah, I really enjoy this? Because there's a difference between enjoying something and being able to stop doing it, and most gacha players have stopped being able to tell which one they are in. Let me explain what actually happens in your brain when you pull. There are two systems that work. Scientists call them wanting and liking. Liking is the actual pleasure, the feeling you get when something genuinely makes you happy. It's real, it's fragile, it fades fast. Wanting is completely different. Wanting is the thrive, the motivation, the itch, powered by dopamine. And unlike liking, it doesn't go away when you just get the thing. It goes away temporarily and then comes back even stronger. Here's the part that should scare you. You can want something insanely and not like it at all when you get it. You've probably felt this. You pulled a 5-star after 70 attempts and felt absolutely nothing. Maybe after more than 70 attempts, you lost the 50-50 and the character you wanted was more like a burden after all. That's not enjoyment, that's the wanting system running a loop. Now, this is not a conspiracy theory, it's just business. Look at the numbers. Genshin impacts hundreds of millions of dollars per year. Honkai Star Rail over 100 million on mobile alone. Zenless Zone Zero crossed over 200 million before its first anniversary. That alone for Hoyoverse is a budget that can prepare for a whole army. These are not numbers you generate by making a fun game. These are numbers you generate by engineering compulsion. The time-limited banners, the fear of missing out events that expire in 6 days, the character that's made up for exactly one patch and then gets power crept, a constellation that turns a character you like into a character that's actually good. Every single one of those systems exists to keep the wanting loop running, not to make the game more fun, but to make it harder to leave. The part I cannot stop thinking about is that the games that do this the best are the ones with the most dedicated and passionate communities. The players who defend them the hardest are the ones being squeezed the most. I'm not hating on any gacha games out there. I personally am one who is addicted to that thrill of getting a pull, of getting a character, and I also get the feeling of liking and wanting when I get or want a new character. And again, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your time or money, but I really want to say something that really gets me in regards to the gacha community. If you log in every day not because you want to, but because you're afraid of missing the login rewards, that's not enjoyment, that's anxiety management. If you ever pulled on a banner for a character you didn't even care about because the next character requires the character's kit to function, that's not engagement, that's a system trapping you. If you ever told yourself, just until I get this only character, and then immediately open the next banner, that's the loop they want you to be stuck in. If you ever spent real money on a pull and felt bad about it immediately because you lost a 50-50, but you still pulled to get the guaranteed, that's not a decision. That's compulsion wearing a costume of a decision. Maybe I'm wrong, but none of these make you a bad person. They make you a normal person interacting with systems specifically designed to produce exactly this behavior. Now, most gacha players are not playing these games, they are maintaining them. Like a garden that punishes you if you skip watering it. The game you think you love just might be the cage you've gotten the most comfortable in. And the reason nobody's talking about this, the reason the gacha community gets so defensive the moment this conversation starts, is because admitting it means asking a question nobody wants to answer. If you quit tomorrow, would you miss the game or would you just miss the loop? I am guilty of all of this. I cover these games on my channel. I make gameplay, I make build tutorials, I make things to do, things not to do. I am really also addicted to these games. And yes, I think some games have better combat than other games, for example WoWa over Genshin. But on the other hand, I still think that Genshin has better depth than WoWa. But I also know that the thing that keeps me logging in every single day isn't always love. Sometimes it feels more like obligation. And I think if more of us were honest about it, we'd actually enjoy these games more. Because we'd be choosing to be there instead of feeling like we can't leave. And that's the whole point. Don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you to quit. Please continue and enjoy your game as much as you want. I'm not telling you you'll be broke because you're playing gacha games. I'm not telling you you're wasting your time. I'm telling you just to notice the difference between the moments you're actually having fun and the moments you're feeding the loop. It's just the choice that you decide for yourself. And all I want to know out of this video is you guys dropping in the comments, being honest, when was the last time you pulled and really felt happy about it? Not relieved, not neutral, but actually felt happy about the character you got or the game that you're playing. I want to see what people actually say. My name is Velion. I hope we figure gacha games out.